extreme has the dumbing down of America become? You might want to brace yourself for this one. This is by Michael Snyder, Economic Collapse blog. Everyone knows that the quality of education in our public school system is declining. We continue to fall behind the rest of the world. It's particularly true in science and in math. Personally, I am a product of the public schools. I attended public schools all the way through high school, and I earned 3 degrees in public universities. And I have to admit that the quality of the education that I received was terrible. If I had not spent a great deal of time and effort educating myself, I would not be able to do what I do today. Sadly, things have gotten even worse in recent decades. Today, a large proportion of our young people are not even equipped to function on a very basic level in our society once they graduate from high school, and that has huge implications for the future of our country. When I was growing up, kids would start learning algebra before they even got to high school. But these days, many of our college students can't even handle algebra. In fact, the Kansas Board of Regents is actually considering dropping algebra as a requirement at the state's 6 public universities because so many students are failing the basic algebra course. The Kansas Board of Regents is considering stripping specific university math requirements after it was found that a significant percentage of college freshmen failed algebra, NPR affiliate KCUR reported. The regents, who oversee the system's 6 public universities, are considering implementing the Math Pathways approach, which matches students to a math course based on their major instead of mandating algebra for all incoming students. While many universities require that all freshmen pass algebra as a prerequisite for graduation, 1 in 3 Kansas students reportedly failed the course, which could delay a student's graduation. Are they serious? Obviously they are. Apparently they are. One academic official in Kansas insisted that for a majority of the students in the system, algebra is simply not relevant for their fields. He said, "We're sending the majority of students down to college algebra road, which is really not necessary," said Daniel Archer, Vice President of Academic Affairs for the Kansas Board of Regents. He said, "It's not practical, it's not really needed, and it's not relevant for their fields." I have an idea. Instead of having our college students deal with hard stuff like quadratic equations, perhaps we can just design a course where they just watched videos of Count Von Count from Sesame Street count things. Or would that be too difficult for them? If we aren't teaching our high school kids the basic math skills that they will need once they get to college, what are they actually learning? Well, one thing that they're learning is how to use all of the new pronouns correctly. This is very interesting for life after high school because using the wrong pronoun at the wrong time can get you into all sorts of trouble these days. For example, just look at what happened to one middle school teacher in Ohio. A middle school teacher in Ohio alleges in a lawsuit against her former employer that she was forced to resign after refusing to refer to students by their preferred pronouns. The lawsuit, filed in federal court on behalf of former Jackson Memorial Middle School teacher Vivian Girati by the Alliance Defending Freedom, states that her school district required teachers to participate in the social transition of students in her class who have transitioned to a gender that was inconsistent with their sex. Jackson Memorial Middle School is in Massillon, Ohio. Garati, however, refused to participate in the policy because of her Christian religious beliefs. The lawsuit alleged that the school ejected her within 2 hours of Garati telling Principal Casey Carter about her reservations to the policy. In the years ahead, we'll have lots of young people that don't understand math and science, but at least they will be well versed in the intricacies of modern pronoun usage. Needless to say, many of them will have to be supported by the government because they won't be much of use to society. In fact, the US already redistributes more to the bottom 50% than Sweden or Norway. At this point, we truly do live in an idiocracy, and every single day we see even more signs of this. Earlier today, I came across a story about someone that decided to go against a KFC employee because the restaurant was out of corn. Police in St. Louis investigating after a KFC employee said a customer was against him because he was angry the restaurant was out of corn. And according to the St. Louis Metropolitan Police Department, the incident report, it took place after 6 p.m. Monday at the fast food chain in the city's central West End. So you'd have to really be stupid to do something like that. If they're out of corn, you just ask for an extra biscuit. Don't go to jail for the rest of your life just because you're feeling a little bit frustrated. Sadly, today we have vast hordes of young people that can't handle their emotions, and that's because they have never been equipped to handle life. But if they can't even handle current conditions, how will they respond when things really get tough? Please don't get me wrong, I'm certainly not lumping all of our young people into a single category. There are some young adults that are doing more than fine. But in general, we have a real mess on our hands, and our system of education just continues to deteriorate with each passing year. And this is by Michael Snyder. This is by my new book, End Times, is now available in paperback and for Kindle on Amazon. About the author, he says, my name is Michael Snyder. My brand new book entitled End Times is now available on Amazon. In addition to my new book, I've written 6 other books that are available on Amazon, including 7-Year Apocalypse, Lost Prophecies of the Future of America, The Beginning of the End, and Living a Life That Really Matters, commissions earned. When you purchase any of these books, you help to support the work that I'm doing. And one way that you can help is by sending copies as gifts to family and friends. Time is short, and I need help getting these warnings into the hands of as many people as possible. I've published thousands of articles on the Economic Collapse blog, End of the American Dream, and The Most Important News. And the articles that I publish on those sites are republished on dozens of other prominent websites all over the globe. I always freely and happily allow others to republish my articles on their own websites, but I also ask that they include this about the author section with each article. The material contained in this article is for general information purposes only, and readers should consult licensed professionals before making any legal, business, financial, or health decisions. I encourage you to follow me on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and any way that you can share these articles with others is definitely great help. These are such troubled times and people need hope. John 3:16 tells us about the hope that God has given us through Jesus Christ. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life. If you have not already done so, I strongly urge you to invite Jesus Christ to be your Lord and Savior today. And this is by Michael Snyder on the Economic Collapse blog. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.